Hi everyone, this is Miss Helms, and what our learning target is today is to be able to derive and apply the area formula for a triangle for this video. So, in the previous notes, you learned that to find the area of a triangle, the area is equal to the base times the height divided by 2. Or you also may know it as 1/2 base times height. What we need to have is we need the base of the triangle, and we need the height of the triangle, and then we'll be able to solve this problem. Well, if we take a look at this example, we don't have the base or the height. And remember, to figure out which one is the base and which one is the height, we always look for our 90-degree angle or our perpendicular mark. So that means that this piece right here would be the height of our triangle, and this whole piece right here would be our base. So we know part of our base is 43, but we don't know the missing part, so I'm going to call that x. So we need to solve for both the height and x to solve for our whole base in order to solve for the area of this triangle. Starting off, let's focus on the triangle, the right triangle on the right-hand side of our screen here. Based on what we learned a long time ago, as in last unit, we learned about trigonometry. And so we can use trigonometry, what we already learned, to solve for the height of this triangle. We know with right triangles, we want to start by labeling our sides. So 43 would be the opposite side because we're using 46 as our reference angle, which means that H would be our adjacent side. So I'm going to put adjacent, which makes this the hypotenuse here. So to solve for our height of our triangle, let's see, we've got opposite over adjacent. If we think really hard about what we learned last unit, remember opposite over adjacent, that trig ratio is tangent. So to solve for our height, we're going to use the tangent trig ratio to set up a problem. So the tangent of 46 degrees over 1 is equal to opposite, so 43 over h, or opposite over adjacent. So to solve this, make sure you're in degree mode when you're substituting in tangent of 46 in your calculator. So tangent of 46 degrees is 1.04 over 1 equals 43 over h. To solve this, we're going to cross multiply. So 1.04h is equal to 43. And then to get h by itself, we use inverse operations. We're going to divide both sides by 1.04, which means that h is approximately 41.35. So we have our height, but we still need our base. So now we're going to take a look at this other triangle here. This other triangle I'm going to highlight in blue. Okay. So we now have this right triangle, and we have 28 as a reference angle. So we're going to use trig again to solve for our missing side length. Well, now taking a look, we have, and I'm going to change this to red, we know that x is actually our adjacent side. This is now our hypotenuse, and our height that we found in the triangle is no longer the adjacent side of this blue triangle, it's actually the opposite side. So we're going to go ahead and set up our equation. So we have the opposite and adjacent, so that again is tangent. So tangent of 28 degrees over 1 is equal to opposite, which we just solved for, 41.35 over x, what we're trying to solve for. So when we find the tangent of 28 degrees in our calculator, we get approximately 0.53. 0.53 over 1 equals 41.35 over x. To solve this, we cross multiply. So 0.53x is equal to 41.35. To get x by itself, we use inverse operations. We're going to divide both sides by 0.53. So 41.35 divided by 0.53 is approximately 78.02. So we're almost done. We almost have our full base. Taking a look at this, the full base of this triangle here is what we just solved for, the 78.02 plus the 43. So our base is equal to 78.02 plus the 43, because we want the full base of our triangle. So the base of our triangle is 121.02. Now we have all the information that we need to solve for the area of our triangle. We have our height, and we have our base. So all we need to do is substitute it into our equation. So the area of a triangle is equal to the base, 121.02, times the height, 41.35, and that after we multiply those two, divide that all by 2. So when we simplify this, the area should approximately be 2,502.09 units squared. Nice work!